Hey, I made it. I drove from Napier to Taupo today, and what a drive. I was going to film a little bit because there's some pretty spots, but it was raining and blowing and just horrible, so I just kept going. Um, yeah, and it was a bit of a job holding on to the truck in that kind of wind. You know, you hit a gully or something and whoosh, it comes at you from the side. So something I just wanted to share here that I can't even remember who, somebody told me years ago, and it helped me a lot even with my first bus, was to look ahead, always look ahead. And if you can see a lot of wind up ahead, like branches moving, grass moving, shrubs moving, a lot more than where you are, you're about to hit wind and dips in the land, you know, big open exposed places. Bridges are often notorious for really channeling the gusts down, so yeah, pay attention when you're driving to see what's coming up ahead, and when you're hitting gusts, especially when you're driving in a van or a truck or a bus or something a little bit taller, because they can be a bit harder. This one's quite difficult to hang on to sometimes because I don't have power steering, so you actually just really, you know, haul on the steering wheel to keep it on the road. So yeah, I got lots of waves from the truckies, so I think they all knew what sort of fun it was today traveling, but it's done. The journey's done, so I'm not planning on staying in Taupo for very long at all. Yeah, so now I've got my fire going, which is wonderful and warm because it's actually not very warm in Taupo at all. But the reason I moved was essentially because, you know, staying in Hawke's Bay, I quite like it when I can stay there at the motor caravan park, but I'd stayed there for my length of time, and the freedom camping, you know, you can do 2 nights and that's it. So it was time to move on, and I had contemplated going to Wellington, but changed my mind. I don't really feel like going south at this time of the year. So yeah, that's the weather outside. Here's little Miss Feeney. She's just come in. She had to have a look outside because she was probably a bit annoyed with that hilly, windy drive today, but she looks like she's handled it like a typical little trooper. She'll probably want some food soon. That's the usual deal. The first thing I do when I pull up somewhere is give her treats. The first thing I have to do is get these babies out. Every time we drive, she gets a few of those afterwards. It's been our reward system since she was a tiny, tiny kitten. And yeah, so she's kind of demands it. She stands right here on the bench and demands it the minute I pull up. So, and then she goes off and has a look around to see where we're parked up. I also had a bit of a leak up in the loft, so one of my pillows is a bit wet. Sometimes when the wind's really driving and it comes in through the gaps around the window, you know, they're not aluminium windows, they're not perfectly sealed. So usually if I know I'm going to drive into a lot of rain, I move them all away from the wall. But today I didn't actually know that until I got halfway along the road, and then it just started hosing down. So yeah. Darn. So I've got a flat tyre and it's a charmingly revolting day. Yes, I'm just hanging around waiting for this guy from Bridgestone. I think he said it was. He just rang. I rang up the AA. I sort of stood here and thought, yes, I can go down the road and pump it up a bit because I think it's a slow leak, and find somebody in town to fix it. And then I thought, what the heck, I pay my $100 and something every year for the AA motorhome membership thingy, so they can change it for the spare, and then I can go right up the other end of Rotorua to that Tyre place I actually really like. So that was a bit of a surprise, but you know, I got all sort of in a frazzle and started packing up, ready to head off and try and find somewhere to, because there's a place I can pump it up just 2 minutes down the road. But I thought, no, I don't feel like it. AA, I pay for it, why not use it? So I'm just waiting for him to turn up, and then yeah, he'll discover how awful my spare tyre is to get out from under the truck, which is why I don't do it myself, because it's actually really, really hard to get that tyre out of there. So yeah, get the pros to do it. So yeah, the tyre got fixed, the puncture's fixed, so I don't actually have to run to town. It's raining again, so I didn't go to the market because it's just not worth doing, sitting there waiting in the rain. And I've just got the Genie running at the moment, so I can do some editing, which I'll probably edit this video before it gets too bitsy again. I've got a terrible habit of just collecting all these little bits of clips, and then I forget where they were, and what they were all about. So yeah, something I have to change, because with my work videos, they're for my work channel, I just set up my camera on the tripod and set up my microphone and go, and I usually get it all done in one hit. It's one big long clip that I might have to edit a little bit, but it's pretty straightforward. Whereas with these, I end up with all these different clips of different things, and some of them aren't that great, so you throw them away and you chop heaps out of other ones because it's not that great. So yeah, so anyway, I'm going to get on with this editing and wish you all wonderful time out there, and see you all in my next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this and would like to see more videos about my travels and experiences out there.